Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the ThePandaPhotographer, and this is a Baseus Bowie MA10 True Wireless Earbud review. I had them for a week. I played with them, I assessed them, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. But before that, please do subscribe, like, and share. If you like the content here, there are links down in the descriptions below where you can support this houseless YouTuber, photographer, tech reviewer, documentarian, journalist. Here in New York City, I've been testing these wireless MA10s from Baseus. How do they stack up to the competition on the market? Well, let's talk about a few things in particular. Build quality. As you can see, build quality is exceptional. For a $30 pair of headphones, you can't go wrong with these earbuds. No. For $30, they stack up for $30 earbuds. Most $30 earbuds don't have IPX6 water certification. That's a thing. But let's talk about another thing. Waterproofing. Now, I had these in the rain. While I'm stuck in the rain. They survived. They did a pretty good job. But they did slip out my ear once my earlobe was wet enough to have the rubber slip the earbud out. So if you get into a bad rainstorm, or if you are in a rain predicament, and let's say you got too wet, they will kind of sometimes slip out your ear. Let's talk about the comfortability on the ear tips. Now, the stock ear tips that it came with was a little bit irritating my ear a little bit. So I had to switch to the smaller tips. And right now, they feel much comfortable, so much better. Oh my panda. So make sure that you change the tips based on your comfortability. I'm just trying to break this video down very quickly. Now, audio. We're going to talk about the bass, mids, lows, and tremors. But here's the thing about audio. Audio sounds good out of the box, but not punchy enough where you can absolutely grasp your music, hear the music, feel the music. But after watching Floss Carter's video on YouTube about changing the EQ settings, which I did, it made a big impact and a big difference on how I listen to my music. So take this review with a grain of salt. Now, if you change the EQ, which I recommend using the EQ to change how you want to listen to your music, I'm going to leave down a link to my Instagram so you can copy the same settings that me and Floss Carter did for these earbuds. Trust me, you're going to say, wow, that does make a big difference. So, with that said, sound quality, bass sounds really rich, really good once you change the EQ settings. Now, the mids and the lows need a little bit of work on, but they're decent enough where they're acceptable. But those tremors sounds really good. The vocals sound good. They sound punchy. You can clearly hear your artist word for word, which was great. There's not that much distortion, but I noticed if you raise the volume up too high, over 85–80%, the vocals kind of get distorted a little bit, but not to a point where like you don't understand it. So this is why I said the earbuds themselves are pretty decent for $30, and they do work. So take it with a grain of salt. Now, I also want to talk about the Bluetooth Advanced 5.3 wireless capability, the Bluetooth connection. Very poor. Very poor. Guys, I literally can stop right here and walk 5 feet from my phone. It would disconnect. Sometimes it even disconnects when I'm walking down the street listening to music, and when my phone's right in my pocket. And I believe that they didn't advertise Bluetooth connectivity that much in the market material for these earbuds. Have you noticed that? The Bluetooth range is limited. So I'm using the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the Samsung S21 Plus. And with my iPhone 11 Pro Max, I was able to get maybe 45 to 40 meters before it got disconnected. Then when I tried it on my Samsung device, I got about 60 to 65 to 70 meters before it cuts out. So these earbuds are not meant for long distance activity, sports, aggressive inline, rollerblading, biking. They're not meant for that. Unless you have the phone with you, you want to take a risk breaking your phone, I suggest buying one of those jogger straps for your iPhone, put it running your arm so you can listen to your music. That'd probably be the better idea. But Bluetooth connectivity is very poor. This is why the market material didn't focus on range capabilities, only on audio capabilities. But I want to also talk about that. Noise cancellation. Noise cancellation does work a little bit and does work efficiently well at some cases, depends on what you are. So there is a commuter mode, there is a outdoor mode, and there's an indoor mode. I'm using outdoor mode right now, and it does work. It does isolate some background noise. It does work, but that's only because the ear tips are closing out the surrounding sounds. It's not the earbud. I had earbuds that literally canceled out the noise background, literally, like the Sony MX1004s or MX3s. They literally cancel out the background noise completely, where you don't hear a thing. These, you can still hear the background noise. You can hear the buses. Or see, I only had to look around and see that was a bus. I can hear the bus through these earbuds. Like the noise cancellation, or they called it ANC, does work, but not very efficiently like pro headphones would work. So take it with a grain of salt. But overall, let's talk about a few more other things that I have on this list. Battery life in the charging case. Now, I'm going to say this. Battery life is pretty damn good. I didn't have to charge the case yet. But when using these earbuds, I fell asleep one night, had it on 60, 55 decibel. I woke up the next morning, 6 hours later or 7 hours later, they were still active with like 30% battery left. So depends on how the person used these earbuds. If they are aggressive with the volume or not aggressive with the volume, depends. If you're aggressive with the volume, you're going to run out through the battery life. If you're less aggressive with the volume, your battery life is going to last much longer. So keep that in mind. And as I said, in the charging case, it says 140 hours. It's 140 hours, but that charging case is actually, what is it? Is it not a 2600 milliamp battery inside that case? So it's a large capacity battery, but for these earbuds, it's pretty damn decent. So other than that, let's talk about one other thing, I believe, and that is the app. And here's the biggest problem with the app. The problem with the app is that it's never stable. Even on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, it is not stable. When on my Samsung device, I connect to my Samsung device, which I'm recording on now. It connects to Bluetooth, but it doesn't want to connect to the app. But on my iPhone, it connects to the app. But once you're not using it, because you need to use the app in order to utilize the EQ settings, mind you, it would go idle and stop working. It's still working with the EQ in the background, but the app just becomes unworkable. That means you have to like close it out, open it again, and wait a few seconds before it can detect the headphones. So when it comes down to the app and the functionalities, there's a big issue with latency issues. There's some problems with the latency issues on these earbuds too. But latency issues with the app is a big problem. Stability is a problem, especially on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus. Wasn't able to connect to the app on my phone, but able to connect to the Bluetooth settings, which is very odd. Baseus, if you listen to this review. Latency, there is some latency issues. I pressed this twice to go to the next song. It waits about a second and then switches the song. So latency is an issue on these earbuds. So if I double tap, it waits for that second and then changes the song. So if that makes sense. And I feel that the earbuds do have latency issues. They're not the fastest, they're not the quickest, but they still work. For $30 US, everybody, you're going to get your money's worth. Keep that in mind. you are going to always keep this in mind. It's $30, not a $100 pair of headphones. For what it's offering, I give this a 4 out of 5. Just because the budget, the build quality, the sound improvement, which there is room for it, which I demonstrated in my previous video using Floss Carter's EQ settings. It showed better improvement. But overall, these are a pretty decent pair of headphones. I recommend it to you. So if you like the content and you like what I just said in this video assessment, using these Bowie MA10 true wireless earbuds, I'll leave the link down in the description below so you guys can purchase it. But also, you can help me by supporting this channel by subscribing, liking, sharing. And if you want to support the channel financially, there's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. So with that said, everyone, eat, sleep, photography, technology, and repeat. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.